Another round of thunderstorms this afternoon makes today a WRAL weather alert day. I'll let you know what the issues could be as we get through the afternoon.
Breaking news. 2 people shot at a home in Granville County. Video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows the scene south of Oxford. The questions we're asking about what happened. And changing traffic patterns. City planners are considering future development in a busy part of Raleigh. Why neighbors are concerned about how the changes could affect safety. A lot to dig into here on this Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us at 4:30. I'm Renee Chu. Let's get to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with this new weather alert day that we've issued this morning because of the potential for storms for a good chunk of the day, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it does look like, early to mid-afternoon we'll likely have some storms and wind damage as a threat again for it today for pretty much at least the triangle area eastward. Tornadoes east of I-95 is a very low risk, but worth mentioning. Also a very low risk for hail for this afternoon. Here's what happened last night. We ended up from the triangle area northward with a severe thunderstorm watch, and then a line of storms moved eastward, but it didn't really make it all the way through the triangle area. So some people saw some rain and some gusty winds, but we didn't see it everywhere. We do have this one band of thunderstorms that's lifting northward right out of our viewing area right now up into Mecklenburg County, Virginia. So it may be a bit loud there this morning. And you can see that band heading off to the north. By 11 a.m. we could see a few isolated cells developing, moving through the triangle right around noon and then into our eastern counties. That's where it's going to run into a juicier air mass and really get cranked up. Notice it looks a lot more intense as it moves out of our viewing area into eastern North Carolina. So that's where the level 2 risk is from, say, Sampson County northward and eastward, east of Raleigh. From Raleigh westward, it's that level 1 risk. But as it moves eastward again into that juicy air mass, it's where the storms are more likely to be severe. It's 74 with a dew point of 71, so it's really warm and sticky for us this morning. Our high temperatures this afternoon, not as hot, thankfully, 88 degrees. We'll talk about what the humidity will be doing the next couple of days coming up. Renee?
Elizabeth, thank you. Right now, authorities in Granville County are investigating after 2 people were shot outside a home. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker on Emily Lane. That's off Fairport Road, south of Oxford. We are working to get an update on the conditions of those involved, and we're expecting to get an update from the sheriff later this morning. The powerful winds last night caused some damage in our area. Take a look at this. A viewer sent this photo to report it, showing a large tree down in Henderson. Nearby in Granville County, there are still about 1,000 homes and businesses without power this morning. You can stay connected to the radar with the WRAL weather app. Get important alerts straight to your phone based on your location. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Happening today, a decision that could impact traffic and future development in a busy part of Raleigh. The city's planning commission is expected to vote on rezoning part of Litchford Road near Millbrook High School. WRAL's Allie Calabar joins us live from Litchford Road. Allie, neighbors there are concerned about increased traffic and the risk of safety.
Yeah, Renee, residents in the area are taking to social media to voice their concerns, and we can even see a sign right here notifying people of this public zoning change. They're urging people to show up and convince the Planning Commission to vote no on the change. Developers are requesting a zoning change to allow for dozens of housing units on a 4-acre lot. They say it would increase the city's housing supply. Opponents are concerned about potential traffic and stormwater impacts. Residents in the area say this development would use Johnsdale Road as its only access, and that is the road behind Millbrook High School. Residents say it lacks safe pedestrian routes for students, and neighbors even posted online saying that the road needs major improvements before more houses go up. Now, Raleigh's Planning Commission previously denied this zoning request, and then City Council deferred it back under new conditions. Now, the Planning Commission is meeting today at 9 a.m. Reporting live in Raleigh, Allie Calabar, WRAL News.
Today, the city of Raleigh is expected to get update on drought conditions and water usage in our area. City officials are speaking with the Army Corps of Engineers this morning. This is a look at our current drought monitor. The red on the map indicates most of our area under an extreme drought, while the area in the dark red is under an exceptional drought, which is the worst classification. We need about 14 inches of rain within a month to get out of our drought. And because of the drought, many local municipalities have implemented water restrictions. The city of Rocky Mount issued stage 1 water restrictions yesterday. Raleigh and Fuquay-Varina are also under stage 1 constraints, while Durham is under stage 2. Tonight, we will learn more about the future of the South Wake landfill in Apex. County leaders say the landfill is running out of space, and it's time to create a plan for the years ahead. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live there now. Kelsey, neighbors have already demanded action after reports of a strong odor in the area.
Yes, Renee. Now, of course, this is a landfill, so you expect to smell something, but neighbors say this scent is overpowering. We spoke with one neighbor who lives just about a half a mile away from here, and she says that whenever you walk outside your front door, that scent just hits you like a wall. So tonight, you can learn more about the plans for the future of South Wake Landfill. Drone 5 video captures this landfill that we've been reporting on since it opened in 2008. A new study evaluates future options for the space. Wake County Solid Waste Director John Robertson says the landfill is running out of space and action is needed now to prepare for the future. Right now, the county is primarily weighing 3 options: get a new landfill, ship solid waste out of the county, or build a waste energy facility.
For most folks, you put your waste in your garbage can at your street and you forget about it. And the truth of the matter is, we all need to focus a little bit more on those kinds of things. It's important to know where your waste goes, how it's being dealt with.
You can learn more about what's next for the landfill and how it could impact you and your family tonight at 5 o'clock at downtown Cary Park. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Wake County.
New information in the search for Nancy Guthrie. One of the 2 letters sent to media outlets in the days after her disappearance indicated that she died. NBC News reports the note did not include an apology or any request for payment for the release of Guthrie's body. It was sent just days after an alleged ransom note said that Nancy was safe and then asking for cryptocurrency for her release. Investigators say they believe both notes are credible. Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped from her home in Arizona on January 31st. So far, no arrests have been made. Zebulon's Board of Commissioners has approved a budget that includes raises for elected officials despite the town's budget shortfall. The town is facing a $2.4 million budget deficit. In the budget, the mayor's pay would increase to $20,000 a year. Commissioner salaries would double to $16,000 a year. The mayor says the raises are necessary to account for the time commitment associated with serving and changes in cost of living. People spoke against the budget at last night's meeting.
When I stood before you and resigned as commissioner last year, I spoke from the heart about the lack of confidence in this board. We need deeper cuts, and we should start by completely eliminating the increases for salaries.
One commissioner asked for others to reconsider the budget before approving it because of the community opposition.
I think a lot of the things that the citizens said are accurate. You know, our expenditures are outpacing our revenues, and we haven't done anything to address that but kick it down the road to next year.
We have an internal audit being run that will help us determine what processes can be streamlined and ways that we can operate with better efficiency.
Board members who voted for it say a balanced budget will help them work toward eliminating the deficit. The NBA draft is tonight, and a lot of fans will be watching what happens next after a big trade that happened overnight. The Milwaukee Bucks traded 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat. They got a haul of players and draft picks in return, including the 13th pick in tonight's draft. 2 players from Tobacco Road will hear their names called early in tonight's draft. Duke's Cameron Boozer and UNC's Caleb Wilson are both projected to be top 5 picks. The draft gets started at 7 tonight. Left off the list, Rod Brindamore will not go into the Hockey Hall of Fame this year. How he is still being praised from members of the class of 2026.
And the severe wet threat continues today, but really shifts a little farther to the east. I'm going to walk you through the timeline for storms and show you what the risks will be. 4:43, we're starting with one little thunderstorm cell. Lots of heavy rain, lots of lightning moving right across Mecklenburg County, Virginia, and then into Virginia. That's likely the only thing that we'll see during the morning commute, but we do have our cold front continuing to push eastward. That's helping to fire up that little bit of energy there. This is going to cause another chance for showers and thunderstorms, and there's definitely the potential as we get through the next couple of hours, but it's more likely that we'll see it during the afternoon. So this is a look at our WRAL weather alert day from the Triangle area westward. It's a level 1 risk, so fewer severe storms. They're more likely in our eastern counties where we could see some wind damage and maybe even an isolated tornado. Today is cooler with the earlier onset of rain. Our highs will stay in the upper 80s, and we'll get a drop in humidity tomorrow. I'll show you why coming up. Renee?
Elizabeth, thank you. Right now, more than 1,000 homes and businesses near Oxford are without power after strong storms last night. Video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows trees down, streets closed. Duke Energy's outage map shows an estimated time of restoration of 8 a.m. Firefighters in California are making progress in this massive warehouse fire that has been burning for nearly a week now. The LA fire chief says he expects firefighters to remain at the cold food storage facility for the next few days. The fire broke out at the facility last Wednesday. Authorities are still trying to find out what started the fire. They have not been able to get inside yet. An air quality alert was extended yesterday in Los Angeles, and a state of emergency has also been declared. A major bill addressing housing affordability is one step closer to becoming reality. The U.S. Senate approved the 21st Century Road to Housing Act. The House plans to vote on it soon. The bill focuses on increasing supply, lowering costs, and stopping private equity from purchasing single-family homes. President Donald Trump has previously signaled that he plans to sign this into law. Rod Brindamore will need to wait at least one more year for his Hall of Fame induction. He was not inducted in the Hall's class of 2026. Brindamore has been eligible for the Hall of Fame for 14 years. He scored more than 450 goals in his career, and he was the Canes captain when they first won the Stanley Cup in 2006. After that, he coached the team to another Stanley Cup this year, and many felt that this was his year to get inducted. He received praise from members of this year's class.
You knew what you're going to get every single time you played against him. You had to dig in. I mean, he was the ultimate. Hats off to him. He'll be here. There's no doubt in my mind as a player and as a builder.
Now, Brindamore was not the only Cane denied entrance to the Hall of Fame this year. Eric Stahl was not chosen either, and this was his first year of eligibility. Rocky Mount is implementing mandatory water restrictions amid a water supply shortage. Stage 1 conservation measures, irrigation restrictions like watering no more than twice a week between 6 and 9 p.m. A schedule is in place based on where you live. Find out more information about water restrictions on WRAL.com. A local fire department canceled its July 4th fireworks show, partly because of the drought. The Longbridge Volunteer Fire Department will not have a fireworks show on Eaton Ferry Bridge this year. They say it is too dry, even with the recent rain that Warren County has gotten. They also blame the cost of fireworks as well as new construction. 4:47 now, and we're still in our drought. We're hoping that maybe we can get some rain out of these storms. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is tracking that. But with these storms come the risk of severe weather.
Absolutely. That's going to happen closer to lunchtime. We have this one tiny cell that's moving up north across the Virginia line right now and bringing a lot of heavy rain and lightning right across parts of Carr Lake, headed towards South Hill. So if you're at Mecklenburg County, Virginia, you're going to experience this coming through. I pulled this up just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and it was pouring down rain. There was lightning. Oh, there we go. It was some lightning right on cue there at Carr Lake. So that's one of the areas that band is coming through. Later on today, closer to lunchtime into the afternoon, that's when we'll end up with our severe threat. Wind damage will be our greatest threat. Timeline as early as 11, lasting until as late as 6 p.m. as it crosses our viewing area. We start off here at about 10 or 11 o'clock last night, and here's this little band developing right in front of our cold front, and we'll watch and see sort of what happens next. Things look pretty quiet for the rest of the morning commute, but then right around 11 o'clock, that first little bit of storm action starts to bubble up. At lunchtime, it's kind of moving through the triangle, and then it moves into a much juicier air mass along and east of I-95. That's going to be, you can really watch it intensify there and toward the coast. That's where we'll have the best chance of severe storms and possibly an isolated tornado. Once it moves on by, there still could be an isolated shower that pops up, but that's likely to be our severe threat with that first line that comes through. And you can see that level 2 risk in our eastern counties, and around the triangle, it's a level 1 risk, which means we just won't have as many severe storms. A few lingering clouds across our area this morning. 74 is the temperature, and our dew point 71. So it's really muggy out there, but not as hot as yesterday. Our temperatures were well into the 90s yesterday, looking at upper 80s to low 90s, again with that window of thunderstorms right around the middle of the day into the middle of the afternoon. We have lots of moisture in place right now. You can see the green shaded area. That's where it's really humid. But watch this high pressure that will build in behind today's front. It dips right down into North Carolina and dries us out. It's really just going to be Wednesday, but if you wanted to get outside this week, Wednesday, tomorrow's going to be the prime day because the humidity comes swinging right back in. So it's going to be a brief break for us Wednesday and maybe into Thursday, and then our muggy meter jumps back up. And so does our temperature. Look at that. Friday and Saturday, our highs are back into the upper 90s. We'll be watching as it gets closer to see if the Weather Service will issue a heat advisory either one of those days. We do have a continued chance for storms, so we'll talk about how much more rain is headed our way coming up. Renee?
Elizabeth, thank you. Honoring a trailblazer, the first openly gay NBA player, Jason Collins, will be posthumously honored at this year's ESPY Awards. His advocacy and how he will be remembered. .453 now. Music mogul Clive Davis has died. Davis is credited with finding and promoting some of music's most famous names like Whitney Houston, Bruce Springsteen, and Janis Joplin. He's also credited with revitalizing other famous acts, including Rod Stewart, Aretha Franklin, and Carlos Santana. Davis was 94 years old. A trio of women are making headlines in entertainment this week. Douglas Hyde has those stories in today's Hollywood Minute.
You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes will caught a flame. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name.
Olivia Rodrigo seems pretty happy for a woman with a #1 album. You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love just debuted atop the Billboard 200. Rodrigo is also launching a new music festival in August that'll raise money for charities benefiting women and girls. The all-female musical lineup will include Chappell Roan, Stevie Nicks, and Doechii.
We come out of the lab with the intelligence of a toddler. Is that where the sun lives? And then we learn everything from our humans.
There you go. And then slowly...
Well, that's dumb.
A new trailer is giving us our first look at Jenna Ortega in Clara and the Sun. Director Taika Waititi's sci-fi film stars Ortega as a robotic artificial friend purchased by a mother for her daughter who's suffering from a mysterious illness. Clara and the Sun hits the big screen in October.
It's your show. It's your creative vision. This is going to blow people's minds.
If you missed Billie Eilish's last tour, don't worry. You can now watch from the comfort of your couch. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, is now available to buy or rent on digital. Co-directed by Eilish and James Cameron, the concert film provides a VIP all-access pass to the sold-out tour. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Incredible. Look at that. Well, late NBA star Jason Collins, he will be honored at the ESPY Awards next month. Collins will receive the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage. His brother will accept it on his behalf. In 2013, Collins became the first openly gay active player in one of the 4 major pro sports leagues. He retired from the sport the next year and went on to advocate for gay rights. Collins died of brain cancer in May at the age of 47. Raleigh police estimate more than 180,000 people packed the streets Saturday to celebrate the Carolina Hurricanes Stanley Cup victory. Earlier estimates put that figure around 150,000. WRAL made sure to give viewers at home all the different angles as the parade made its way down Hillsborough and Fayetteville streets. A rally was held afterward at City Plaza. In Cumberland County, an email scam warning from the Planning and Inspection Department. The message claims to be from the department and has a fake invoice attached. The department says invoices are only emailed by request. It will never request payment through wire transfer. So if you were emailed, please contact the department or sheriff's office. Ahead on WRAL News at 5 a.m., we are staying on top of an overnight shooting in Granville County. 2 people were shot outside of a home there. What we're working to learn this morning. Overwhelming odor. Today, the future of the South Wake landfill in Apex is up for discussion. Why leaders say it is time to create a plan as neighbors deal with strong smells in the area. Informed shopping. 5 on Your Side explains what you need to know about your new clothes before you wear the new outfit.